Davis. I'm a brand director with Franchise Fastlane, and we're here in La Crosse, Wisconsin at Garage Force headquarters, and we are talking with Roger. He is the technical director and lead trainer here, and we're just going to get to know him a little bit, give you guys some good information. So I'm just going to ask him a few questions here, and we'll first start out, just let's tell us about your background.
So I started with Garage Force in 2014. Really, when the company first started out, I was their first employee. And prior to that, I had been in law enforcement for about 5 years. I was a sergeant, sniper, SWAT team, all the kind of fun stuff, firearms instructor. And then prior to that, I was in the military. Did a year tour in Iraq as a sergeant. So kind of took the training and the background that I had in the training there and applied it to Garage Force in training new franchises.
And I tell franchisees that basically, Roger, with your history, you learn steps and processes because it was very serious what you were doing. And if you skip steps, people can get hurt. So you don't take things lightly when there's a process you need to follow.
You need to follow it, yeah.
So let's talk about your role at Garage Force. Just tell us a little bit about what you do here.
So my role really starts with the training of new franchisees. As they come in, they train for a week with me. We do all hands-on, all the product, and show them, again, those steps of how to do this properly to be successful, everything from moisture testing your floor to prepping it properly, then to the application of the product, and then the different kinds of systems that we offer. They get to do each of those hands-on. And then after the fact, after they're done with their training, while they're on the job doing stuff, then they can contact me if they have questions about application or what systems to use.
They come across something they haven't seen before, they call you.
Yep. And then if they have any issues, of course, then they contact me and how to deal with anything that comes up in the field. So
cool. What's the biggest change since you started with Garage Force till now?
The biggest change is probably just the amount of hands-on that we are able to give them in training. When we first started out, it was a relatively small amount of area that we had to work with, so they didn't get to do a whole lot of hands-on. We always tried to give them some, but we've really increased from about a 4x4 little pad to now we have 400 square foot.
Full on,
full garage and multiple other pads and areas that we do training. We actually have some stair steps that they have to coat during training, some things to throw wrenches in and make it difficult, and give them the more realistic training. The more real we can make it for them here, the better it will be in the future.
Yeah, you've told me that going vertical with some of this is a little more difficult, so it must be, it's good that once they leave here, they know that they can handle any situation out there.
And then as far as that, then the other things is always the changes in equipment and always stepping up that and finding the new equipment, what's better, what performs better, testing that and being able to offer that to them as well.
Yeah. So this kind of goes with some of the other questions, but how have you helped franchisees succeed?
I guess the biggest thing, is simply that of being available to them to answer those questions and to give them the guidance that they need and how to do the applications. My part is if I can help them do it right and help them avoid mistakes that I've seen in the past.
And they'll avoid losing money because they call you on the head on the first part of the project to make sure they do it right the first time.
Exactly. So it's really about being there for them to help them and direct them the correct way the first time so they get it right.
Well, I know the franchisees are happy to have you accessible, and even though you're getting calls all parts of the day, they really appreciate it. So I know that. So last question I have is, what's your biggest success story since you've been at Garage Force?
I think kind of our biggest is just the franchisees that have really started small and then worked their way up to that big success that they've had. We've had quite a few guys that have really started in a very small manner, working part-time, just doing this on the side, and very quickly have realized they can't do that. They need to.
A busy business,
Yeah, exactly. So, we have several guys. One of them, my brother, that started out doing the installs. He started while he was working for DirecTV, installing DirecTV, and realized he just can't, keep up with both, and has really blown up and done great there. And Tim Sheldock again is kind of our go-to. He's been doing it for a long time and very successful. Started off.
He's still excited about it.
Still excited about it. Still happy about it. Still wishes he would have done it sooner. But has been loving it.
Yeah.
Always a good guy to have around because he's always positive about it too.
I've only been involved with you guys for a short time, but everybody I've talked to franchisee-wise, it's great to talk to them because it's almost like you guys are giving them the American dream where they didn't realize it was doable, and they started doing it, and they were all surprised on how busy they got and how they basically couldn't do their job and their business. And
it's really a matter of if they work the system, it works.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all we have. I thank you for your time.
Yeah.
And that's all. Thanks.